Normally, for this part of the show, I do a little intro, kind of letting you guys know what we're going to get up to tonight or into. But man, this is part 2 of the Axial SCX10-II VS4-10 axle install. I'm looking all around trying to make sure I have all my stuff. We've got the Axial SCX10-II. We've got some Vanquish VS4-10 axles. One of them's already in there. So I don't really know that a big intro is necessary. So let's just get into it. So welcome everyone to the Locked Up RC channel. I am your host, Patrick Norton. If you haven't watched the show before, try to do a little bit of wrenching, basically, is what I like to get into. I do answer some questions at the end, but feel free at any point in time to post up your questions. I will do my best to answer them. As I mentioned at the top of the show, I'm just kind of move some stuff around here. I feel like I need one of those round desks that just have stuff all around me. Like, I don't want a round table, I need a donut table. Anyway, please forgive me if I am sniffling, hacking, anything like that. We're in Austin, and cedar fever is in full-blown effect. What's up, Eric? Thank you for joining. What's up, Mike? Welcome. So, to get into what we have tonight, let me see. I feel like I'm constantly organizing. That's okay. For those of you that may or may not remember, this is our Axial SCX10-II. Body aside, last time we got our front axle installed. This is the VS4-10 axle. Front axle, offset pumpkin, driver's side drop. That is the reason that I wanted to get this axle in here. As I said last time, I've had a couple of different Jeep Cherokees, always loved them, and kind of wanted to mimic this. I'm one of those guys where I may not have the best styrene skills or anything like that, but I do what I can to try to make the vehicle as realistic as I can. Wheels, axles, all the stuff, even underneath, scale hardware. Hey, that's what I'm into. So, when we last left off, which was several weeks ago, we had gotten our front axle installed, and you may or may not remember, our pinion angle wasn't really, it's a little bit off, just a little. Let's see, I'm trying to minimize my coverage on different things here. So our pinion angle wasn't correct, and I had said, hey, you know what? I think we need to change out the upper link because the wheelbase seems to still match up for the body. So I got some options, and I found this link. I honestly can't remember if this came, what this came with. I don't know where it came from, but it was pretty close. Or it looks like it'll be pretty close. I also have this link that I think came with the Vanquish axle. We can try that. If that doesn't work out, I have other options. But first things first, I doubt you'd love my Cherokee. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying I love all Cherokees. I love my Cherokees. I had, what did I have? I had a 97 and a 2000, both of them black, both sports. Kind of went different directions with them. One was streetable. One ended up with front leaf springs. I was young, that was the thing. And I lived in Louisiana, so there wasn't a whole lot of rock crawling. You didn't need articulation as much. You basically just needed to put on the biggest tires you possibly could and go through mud, because I grew up in New Orleans. Off-roading was the spillway. Nothing technical about it, basically just point and shoot. So I'm going to get this front upper link off, and I'm going to, was that even a word? I'm going to make some options for myself. Or actually, I guess, hey, this link is already made, so I don't have to make it an option. It already is an option. Let's see. Ooh, swap those around. It's a good way to get in here. Go. So for those of you that watched this last time, mine's a black 98 junker. Well, you know what? My 97 started off as a junker. Absolutely. I had it in my head that I wanted a Jeep Cherokee. It wasn't the first one that I had. I had sold my 2000, which was I don't want to say a monster, but it was a nice Jeep. And I kind of went out. It's kind of like when I got my dog. I decided one day I'm getting a dog, and I went to PetSmart, and they had 2 dogs left, and one of them was small, and it looked like it was wetting itself all the time. So I took the other one. That's kind of how I got my 98 XJ. I looked around at all the different dealerships. I found a 97. Did I say 98? I think I'm reading and my brain's doing things. You gotta watch me. Anyway, let's see. I'm going to distract myself. Eric, you're distracting me. Damn you. Oh, yeah, that's right. In order to maintain our... I got another email. Wow, I am ADD tonight. Let me finish one thought at a time here. I need to take notes. Anyway, I had in my head that I was going to get an XJ. The one that I found was the 98, and I mean, it had... See, I said 98 again. The 97. It was black. The paint was not in good shape. It had the typical water leak coming from the AC, I guess, vent area under the cowl. There's a foam gasket in there that just falls apart after a certain amount of time. That thing was beat, but Eric Matson and I completely buffed it out, brought it to Mako. Yeah. I got it painted, did all this work to it, made it fantastically streetable. I mean, you know, I say fantastically streetable. It would have been a nice little, like, camping XJ. What am I doing here? Let's just get in your home. There you go. Anyway, long story short, I had that Jeep. I put a lot of money into it, like we all do. And then, you know what? I had to sell it. And I was sad, but that's okay. So back to my dog story. I was at PetSmart. There were 2 dogs. One was a little one that had like wet all over itself. The other one was my dog. Obviously, I got her because I just called her my dog. The other one was my dog, Reese. 40-pound Gergoberman Shep Trevi. That's a whole nother story. So I took her for a walk around PetSmart, and when I say walk, I mean I drug her around PetSmart. She had separation anxiety and was not socialized at all. But I had decided I'm getting a dog today. That was my options, those 2. So I took her home. What can you do? She's a great dog. There will never be another dog like her. Gergoberman Shep Trevi was because every time I'd go into PetSmart with her, I'd see people with purebred dogs. And look, if you like purebred dogs, that's your thing. That's cool. It wasn't my thing. I think of purebred as inbred. So everyone would always ask me, oh, what kind of dog is she? So yeah, it's coming, Eric. Hold on. Everyone would always ask me, what kind of dog is she? So I kind of asked the vet at some point what they thought she was. And they said, let's see, German Shepherd Golden Retriever Border Collie. So I took bits of all the words and clumped it together into Gergoberman Shep Trevi. And I shit you not, I would tell some people that I had a Gergoberman Shep Trevi, and they'd look at me like, oh yeah, like they've heard of this. Come on, America, you're killing me. Wait, I don't want to tighten this yet. First, I want to check and see what we've got. Extra link floating around. Well, that's better. I don't know if you guys can see that. So that's actually pretty good. I don't want to say it's perfect. It's better. It's hard to tell, probably from your position, how all of my alignment is. I'd say maybe I'd go a hair shorter. Maybe. So I'm actually going to try this link. I think this link, somebody correct me if they know. I think this came in the VS4-10 axle package. It's packaged. It looks like it's got VP links on it. It was in my box. I think that's what it is. Where are my other scissors? I hate these scissors. For cutting things straight, you know. Mostly because I use them to cut wire, so they suck. Because I've destroyed them. It's my own fault. Anyway. So if any of you have good, fun... What am I going to say? Good, fun, mixed dog breeds. You know. So like right now, our current dog is... Thank you, Eric. Right now, our current dog is a hound. What did I call her? She's like Greyhound and something. Greyhound and German Shepherd. So I think I told the kids to call her like a Greyhound or something. I don't know. It wasn't as good as Goberman Shepherd. It's a mouthful. Anyway, you got to have fun with people. And I like to have fun. Sorry, I'm doing a bad job again. Not really on camera, although I'm pretty sure this isn't like the most exciting thing I've ever done on the show. It's actually slippery. I almost hate to vice grip it, but there's a slippery little bugger. Also, I need to make sure I'm putting it on the right way. Is this... Okay, no. Just checking to make sure the threads, neither end was reverse threaded. Because I don't think I've actually put together a VP link before, so I was not sure what to expect. But at least now I can put them both on there, beef up my wrists, and or get carpal tunnel, one way or the other. Something's happening. Or I could just cheat. I think I'm going to cheat. Because, I don't know, I feel like it. I can. Something. Whatever. Ooh. Just making sure that before I punch the balls in this thing. Well, there goes my COPA rating, right? No. This video is not intended for children. That's the other thing I was going to get to. I got another email from, what was it, YouTube today, all about how the FTC is requiring people to mark their videos as kid-friendly or whatever. So I don't really feel like dealing with that, and this is not meant for children, so public service announcement. This video is not fucking meant for children. I'd say it again, but then you get an R rating, apparently. You know, I've got that in there still. Let me take that out. Because I only want to go a hair shorter than what's in there. I wish I knew what that link was that was in there. You know what? Wait, was that a... What was that? I don't even know where that came from. Whatever. That's fine. Things happen. I guess I can't know everything all the time. I don't want to. That'd probably get old and annoying. God knows everything. No, I don't. Okay, let me see. The only thing I'm certain of in life is that I like pizza. That's it. Man, that just... Some nights I feel like I have sausage hands, and I really don't. But some nights I feel like I do. Labradoodle. Okay. See? But see, that's... I feel like Labradoodles are becoming like... I have a Labradoodle. They're awesome dogs. All the ones that I've met have been really cool. But I'm just saying, maybe it's just some of the people around here. I don't know. I'm sure there, you know what? There are terrible people all over the place, and there are awesome people all over the place. And some terrible people that have Labradoodles will probably cause me to... I guess it only takes one person for you to have that thing in your head where you're like, that person. But Eric, you're a good guy. So I have faith that not all Labradoodle owners are, oh, I have a Labradoodle. I just like mutts. I feel like they have less health problems. But what, Labradoodles have some big perks, right? They're like hypoallergenic and they don't shed. One of those, something, maybe both, I don't know. That actually sounds like a good idea, because I will tell you that the pet hair in our house gets old. Welcome, James. You guys are distracting me. How dare you? This link looks like it's going to be exactly the same length, so I may have just wasted my time assembling it. I mean, yeah, I think it's the same length. I want something just a little bit shorter. So, let me see. I've got some Traxxas rod ends I'm going to bust into, which I can't remember if it was this. Yeah, I spaced this over. You know, I guess you work on enough of these all at the same time, and projects kind of start to blend in your head. On one of the projects we're working on, I know I needed to make a smaller upper link, but this one seems to be clearing. That may just be because there's a small spacer in there. Of course, it's black, and everything in here is black, so probably can't see it. You know what? You just have to take my word for it. There's a small spacer in there. Okay, so rod end. Okay, wait. I don't need this. I'm going to put these in here just so I don't lose them. Somewhere I have some pliers. Ooh, it's a tight fit. That one went a little too far. It's interesting. Okay, bam. Got some things out of the way. Don't want to get parts confused. What was I doing? Rod ends. Oh, I'm gonna have to bust out my hardware too. So I'm gonna need some set screws, but not a big deal. Actually, I may have some up here somewhere. So I was gonna say, somebody tell me when we get to 15 minutes. We're already at 17 minutes. So that means, dun dun dun. It's time for the dad joke of the week. Did you know the first French fries weren't cooked in France? They were cooked in Greece. You guys can thank me for the jokes later. You know, I just like to throw something in every now and then to keep things light. I don't want this to be too serious of a show. I mean, this is serious business. It's playing with trucks. Although I know for some people it's not just playing with trucks. And that's fine too. For me, it's kind of playing with trucks. So let's see. I think I have a set screw in here. I can poach. Oh man, that's something tight. Maybe not. How about this guy? Rather than break out my hardware bin, I'm just trying to steal some of these long set screws out of some of the other miscellaneous rod ends I have sitting up here. But some of these things I definitely went Godzilla Berserker tight on, and they are not easy to disassemble. Ooh, that one looks really long too. That's what she said. I know. So, I don't know. Yeah. Does anybody else have a kid that is a recent teen that has started to enjoy the television show The Office? Because I got to tell you, ooh, lots of people joining. Welcome, everyone. Paul, Pascal, thanks for joining, guys. My daughter has started to enjoy The Office recently. And I think for some reason in there, serious is what your wife wouldn't say. Correct. For some reason, with my daughter enjoying The Office, I've stopped myself, because it's like she'll say something about the show and I get in Michael Scott mode, and then she'll say something else and I stop myself from saying that's what she said, because usually whatever she has said is completely innocent. Like, she doesn't even get it. Sometimes I say that's what she said. It just comes out. I may have brought this up before. I feel like I have, but you know, I don't know. The joys of parenting. Man, oh man. But it's like when she doesn't know what she said, and I'll kind of look at her and I'll be like, I want to say something, but I don't want to say something because then I have to explain it. And once I explain it, then she'll get it. And I don't really want her to get that stuff yet. I want her to just have no idea what I'm talking about for like only another like 20 years. When she's in her 30s, she can date all of that stuff. I was looking for something. What was I looking for? Ooh, a link. There we go. So I am trying to see. I put this in there. We want to go a little shorter than this guy. Get this out of the way. This way, I'm working on stuff in front of you guys. So I think this will get me kind of where I want to be, but I'm not positive. We're just gonna have to see what happens. Ooh, that set screw may be a little too long. That doesn't usually happen. There are worse things. That one's okay. Oh, maybe I just didn't have it in all the way. Okay. See, that's what she said. Maybe I just didn't have it in all the way. I don't know. That is shorter, but that's a good chunk shorter. Try to get it so that you guys can see it. So this may end up being a little bit too short. This is like Goldilocks. I do have some spacers that I can always whip out. Slap in there. Where was I? Okay, that is already on there, so I'm going to need this and this, but I want to put this one in first because otherwise it is a pain to get to. And I didn't even think about it. Hopefully these rod ends fit in there. Yep, a little loose, so we'll have to get a spacer in there also. Just there's some side-to-side play. Not a big deal. Not a huge deal. Not end of the world type of deal. Did I miss any comments? I've just been chatting. Hi, I need to talk to you about some custom RC wheels I need made. James, send us a note. And just, I actually, it's funny that you say that because I covered that in last week. Was it last week or the week before? Happy to try to help you. Send us a message on the website on the contact tab, and we will see what we can do. Did I miss anything else? He isn't supposed to shed, but I think he does. Nothing like last dog. It's good. Okay. Sorry, Eric. I'm just getting to some of these comments. It's better when the other Eric is here because then he helps me by scrolling down comments. Mine's into suit. Ethan, your daughter's into suits, or you have a son who's into suits. Either way, I know there are suits for both sexes, or whatever. I'm not getting into that. Suits we can cover though. You know, suits like Men in Black suits. That might be fun. That may be a little too much. I don't know. Oh yeah, yeah. I think that's gonna be too much. Our opinion's like down now. I want it to be just a hair shorter than this. I'm gonna pull this back out, take out some spacers. We're gonna get this right. Wow, I really am just not having any luck. I can't. What is happening? Go in. There we go. Man, telling you, I'm just sausage fingers tonight. What's stopping it now? What's going on here? Am I missing something? A brain? Perhaps? Maybe. It's possible. Let's see. Okay, so spacers. Let's see what we've got in the pig pen of miscellany. I've got spacers. I wonder, let me see. You know, instead of just eyeballing it, guessing, let's see. This is where we are. I'd like it to be, yeah, we could actually put like a 6 mil in there, I think. Let's see, this might be 6. Lucky grab. And one of these was longer than the other. Let's see. I think the other side was the long side. Oh, it's tight. Yep. Whee! Making links. Super exciting. Yeah, we've got some space on this one. Okay, let's see where we are. Probably could have done this the first time instead of just trying to install them, but you know. Yeah, so that's actually, that might be perfect. We're gonna see what happens. Let's see, here we go. Wait, no, I want to do this one first. Yeah, I have found that it is difficult on this setup to access this, the front of the upper link, because of the shocks and everything. So if you are working on one of these and you have to mess with this upper link, probably best to install the front first. Otherwise, you may have difficulty getting to the rear. Wait, getting to it, not to the rear. Let me just stop talking. I probably actually need to start drinking on camera. That way I have an excuse for when I just have brain farts. But, you know, I don't condone drinking. I also don't remember what the opposite of condone is. Condemn, right? Is that good enough? Yeah. Whatever. Do what makes you happy and have some pizza. You know, it's not, I know sometimes we have like a news segment on here and it's not in there, but I saw that Axial is having an Axial Fest Midwest. Who's going? Because I really, really want to go. I've never been to an Axial Fest. They've always been just a little far, but I really want to go to this one. So if you're going, let me know. Maybe we can have a drink. You know, it doesn't have to be iced tea, but if you don't drink alcohol, it can be. I don't care. Whatever. Let's see, what's the best way to get to this? Well, yeah, I'm actually going to just put this nut on here because I feel good. I feel good about this. I feel like this is going to work out. So I'm going to risk it and just assemble it. Let's see what kind of damage we've done here. Going back and forth just with a link. Whew. Yeah. Oh, I like that. It's probably hard to tell because, you know, things are dark and it's a webcam, but I'm actually pretty happy with that. I think we're in good condition. Or good shape, whatever. You know, wait a second. Is that possible? Did I do that? And none of you caught it. I think, is this possible? No, that can't be because, yeah, okay, never mind. For a second there, you know, I guess I've messed with so many one-to-ones. I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the knuckles and I'm seeing how the arm has this nice flat spot right there, and then the top is correct. It looks like the knuckles are upside down to a one-to-one person. It's not, because, you know, they've got the screws for the arms on top. But I'm just saying, for a second, I thought I had put the knuckles on upside down, and then that would have been chaos. Can't have that. What state is Axial Fest Midwest in? I don't remember. Someone will remember. Where was it? I don't know. Someone will post. I feel like Eric will know. Pascal, I'm good. Thank you for asking. How are you? Happy New Year. I appreciate the message. I did get that and responded, I hope. Sometimes I get messages on Facebook, and sometimes I get a whole lot of them, and sometimes I'm not awake yet when I'm reading them. And sometimes I try to respond, and I kind of sausage finger smash things. Anyway, so I'm happy with the front axle. I do believe our drive shaft will still connect the same. I don't know why it wouldn't. Let's see. I'm not sure what else. Oh, I gotta attach the, gee, maybe I should attach the drag link to make sure that the, yeah. You know, it's been a little while since we last worked on this, so I kind of forgot what some of the things I said I was going to correct or look into are. So I may miss some things, but that's okay. I think our drive shaft is good. We will find out. Gotta check some clearance. I think I mentioned last time, it seems like the panhard is going to lightly contact the axle housing. And I think that's just going to be because we've moved the pumpkin over. I think it's just going to happen. I don't know that we can avoid it, to be honest. Let me see. Oh, it's dark in there, huh? Maybe if I do this upside down, get some light in there for you guys. So everything's upside down, but hopefully now it's a little bit more visible. Yeah, so we don't have 100% compression. As you can see, if I compress that shock all the way and I start coming down on the other side of the housing, there's, I don't know, maybe 8 millimeters of shock shaft left before it bottoms out. I don't know that that's really the end of the world. And what I mean is it's not really the end of the world. If I was designing a 3-link kit specifically for this configuration, I would try to figure out something. But because this is just my personal vehicle and this is just for me for fun, and I know I'm not planning on ramping this thing, I'm not as concerned with it. Although I'm hard on my trucks, I don't usually just launch them. But you know, I still think I could, and I don't think it would be the end of the world. I need a screw for my servo. That would fit, but it seems a little, You know what? Let's just get it in there. Just put it in and quit messing around. Actually, that one, no, we're okay. If I can get the frickin' tool in there. Okay, so for the front axle, if you didn't watch last time, feel free to go back and watch that. But essentially, we've changed out some of the parts on the truck with some locked up RC parts because, you know, we've got them. We swapped out the link, the tie rod, the drag link, and the panhard with some of our parts. We've got various rod ends on there. But again, this is a custom application, so what I'm kind of checking for right now, which may be hard for you guys to see, I'm just trying to check alignment for the swing of the axle. I want to make sure the drag link and the panhard, aka track bar, are in alignment. I believe last time we verified they are the same length. Now, one thing I will say is, looking at this, actually those are, yeah, you want to make sure that they're on the same plane. But you also want to make sure that, you know, one of them's not angled more than the other, and that goes for all the axes. So I think we're good for the front. I think we're in good shape. I'm pretty happy with it. It seems like it swings pretty well, fairly well centered. Yeah, I can't really complain about that. So let's see what's next. Oh. Well, now I see what's next. Let me see. Why does my music keep stopping? Killing me. Coming soon to a theater near you. No, coming soon to Locked Up RC. We've got some more 155 wheels. So top left is our 155 Adversary. Bottom right is our 155 Rock Cutter. These are not in stock in the store just yet, but they are coming soon. So this is just a little sneak peek for those of you that tune in. Where are those? I actually have the samples. Well, they're not samples. We've got a whole ton of them, but these are the ones I finished. So if you haven't seen our 155s, they are an internal beadlock, but they still utilize an exterior ring. And we do that so that you guys can customize and make your stuff different from your friends. So even if you have the same set of wheels, you can put different rings on, different colors. All of that stuff is all on the way, just like our 19s. But just wanted to give you guys a little sneak peek on these. So hope that you enjoy those. put them out of the way so they can go get packaged. Back to this. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Let me check comments before I pick this thing up again. Arkansas? Badlands off-road? Indiana, yeah. I think Indiana sounds right. Shouldn't ever be full compression crawling. Right, yeah. Well, thank you, Eric. I appreciate the compliment. Welcome, Bruce. Woo. I feel like I'm doing better than I was earlier today with the allergies, so I haven't hacked up anything too disgusting. But the night's not over. We've still got a whole rear axle to put in. Although part of me is hoping the rear axle is just going to go right in. But it's not, because I remember that, you know, we've got to do some stuff. I think we have to swap all the internals, right? I don't think, I'm positive. I don't think the axle comes loaded, so I think we have to poach parts out of there for in here. We may have to go do some bearings from somewhere, or those in there. We're gonna find out. I guess I'm not really doing a good job. This is the magical unboxing. Don't blink, you will miss it. Guess we'll put that back there, right? That way you guys know what's happening. Scissors. Scalpel. Suction. Oh, just pinched my finger in these little scissors. They're vicious. They're not sharp at all. I feel like this is like, I think I'd be better off with some of those like kid plastic scissors, like the big ones that they throw off of trucks at parades. If you haven't been to Mardi Gras, you don't know what I'm talking about. You should go. It's fun. And there's only a little bit of debauchery. There's a lot of debauchery. It's fine. It's good. It's family friendly. Also, New Orleans during Mardi Gras. Actually, if you do have a family and you'd like to attend a New Orleans style Mardi Gras parade, the town next to New Orleans is called Metairie. Metairie has its own parades. They throw all the same stuff off of the trucks. It's just that it's much more family oriented, so you don't have as many like college kids throwing up right next to you. And you know, if you want that type of stuff, 7th Street I think is where you want to go in New Orleans for Mardi Gras. And if you want this, you want to see those, Bourbon Street. Anyway, enough of that. We've got instructions to read, so I'm gonna have to just take this thing apart, poach some parts, and that's not too big a deal. I think we can do that. Put my hardware back so I can access things here. Eric, you have family where? New Orleans or Indiana? Because I'm not sure how long ago you made that comment. Or were we talking about some other place? I don't know. Let's see. Okay. So wheel can go in the stack of wheels for this truck. Pin, gonna have to pull that off. Really didn't do the best job of organizing my work area between steps here. Can be tough to keep everything organized sometimes. I feel like I do an okay job. Okay, so now all the wheels and tires are off. I guess I can... Yeah. Sorry, sometimes my brain wanders. Just all part of the fun of a live show. New Orleans. Oh, I didn't know that, Eric. Chris, that just joined, is also from Louisiana, like I am. And I'm from New Orleans. Which probably means that, you know, I've been to the same places that your family has, and we've never crossed paths because there's a lot of people there. Not a lot, Chris. How's it going, man? We are, I guess you know what we're doing. I don't have to explain that to you. You've tuned in. You know what's up. We're doing some stuff, man. Making progress, wrenching on trucks, talking about Axial Fest. Are you going to go to Axial Fest, Chris? Might be fun to get a crew from Austin. For those of you that don't know why I just said that, Chris lives near me, so even though I don't, neither of us actually live in Austin, but you know, it's close enough. I'm not gonna tell people I'm from Cedar Park or I can't remember. Chris, are you Georgetown, Round Rock, Hutto? No, Round Rock. I don't know. Close enough. Let's see. So parts. Let me see. This has link mount, so I don't have to take that apart. I think I have to swipe bearings. Let's see. The drive shaft's gonna have to come off, although it may not just come apart right now. Links will have to come off. Can I sneak that off? Nope. Damn you. Oh, look at me. Leaving tools everywhere. Tisk. Well, apparently, on the back of this truck, I started to install scale hardware and then just stopped. Because, you know, when you're working on a whole bunch of stuff all the time, all together, I think that just happens. And that's okay. Yeah, I have one. What? Okay. I have a scale hex bolt on one side and a standard screw on the other. So something tells me that I must have lost the screw that went on that side, and there was a random scale hex bolt on my workbench. So I just grabbed it and put it in. One piece of scale hardware. I feel like that should get points at a Sorka event. One piece of scale hardware. I mean, it is functional, right? Oh, man. Come on, Patrick. Get it together, man. Losing it. Okay, if I don't take that out, I will drop it. So I'm going to take it out. Whew, it's tight. Such a bad dad joke person. It just happens. Oh, we got comments. Shit. Oh, now see another curse word. Organization is overrated. Yes. Go Tigers. That's right, Chris. Although, technically, Chris, I can 100% guarantee you that the Tigers are going to win the NCAA championship. Football, you know. I can guarantee it. The Tigers are going to win. Which is a terrible joke. For those of you that don't follow football, you've got LSU Tigers and the Clemson Tigers. I don't know. I don't want to get into all that, but I am an LSU fan. So if you're a Clemson fan, I will be rooting against you and your team. But not in a bad way. You know, I just want the score to be like 80-something to nothing. Oh, wait, I lied. Look at that. 2 pieces of scale hardware in this axle. And again, the camera doesn't like to focus. I'm going to tell you one thing right now. At some point in 2020, this camera is going to get replaced with something that I can just like, I don't know. I want like is there a camera with like a foot pedal focus? Yeah, that would be awesome. Need to figure out some way to do that. Someone has the technology that has done some sort of YouTube streaming, whatever, something. I don't know. Okay. I feel like I'm just going to leave these 2 pieces of scale hardware in here. It looks like, yeah, we get hardware with the VP axle. So I'm just going to put this back in. It's not hurting anything. Need to take this apart, take the gears out, let's put them all in here. Just put my tool away. Texas Crawlfest. Paul says Texas Crawlfest. Okay, hold on. Let me check things. Reserve agree. Need to come to. Oh, okay. Sorry. Round Rock. Okay. More of you need to come to Texas Crawlfest. I think I went to Texas Crawlfest. Was it last year? Year before? Was that? Where is Texas Crawlfest? I can't remember. It's south of Austin, southwest of Austin somewhere, north of San Antonio. Not quite to Kerrville, somewhere in that triangle. Yeah, I went. I went. I think I went 2 years ago. I don't think I went last year. Maybe it was 3 years. I don't know. I do want to try to get to more events this year, though. Fairweather Gophers fan. Fair enough. Well, whatever happens between LSU and Clemson, I think it will be a good game. I don't think it's going to be like the LSU Oklahoma game, but I don't know that anybody really expected that game to go that way either. I don't know, maybe some people did. I didn't. I just hope it's enjoyable, you know? I hope that the refs actually let the players determine who wins, because that's a thing. That's been a thing. That sometimes they don't, you know, but whatever. It's all good. What else do I need? Do I need to take the bearings? Yeah. We're just stealing bearings. Okay, I think I've got everything out of here. Just going to put that up there in case we don't. I don't need this cover. I can go in the box. Haha. I don't know why I just ha-ha'd. It's not funny. Oh, man. Let me see. We're getting serious now. The build is, we're getting into it. Kendalia, yes. Yes, I recognize it now that you say it. Okay, we've got some things. That's going to go with that. Don't need to open it. This must be for the links. Did they not send any hardware for the diff cover? Oh, there it is, hiding on the back. That was going to confuse me for a second. So these 4 screws must be for the bearing retainers. Just make some space up here because I've been known to lose things. Ooh, there we go. It's pretty sneaky how they did this. I don't know if you guys have seen these bearing retainers before, but instead of just being caps, they're like complete little units that you slide into the housing. I want to say I saw that was like a patented thing. It's pretty cool. Let's see. What am I looking for? No, there it is. I need to put little labels up there so I know which one of my screws is for what. I feel like I remember last time on the other axle when we were putting these in. Did I have some kind of interference or something? Don't want to go Godzilla tight. Now, I guess the good thing about these bearing retainers, or one of the good things, is that even if this comes loose, because of the way the diff cover is going to also sandwich it in there, and because the bearing sits inside of the little aluminum retainer, even if these screws come loose, I don't think you're going to get any play. And that's a good thing, I feel like. Oh, hey. Of course I had to drop a screw. Why wouldn't I? I'm like a monkey. I'll just pick that up with my foot. Ooh, yeah. Damn it. Nobody noticed that I forgot to put the pinion in. Gotta take them all out. You guys are killing me. I blame someone other than myself. No, that's all me. I forgot the bearings and everything. Did I get the bearings? Yes, I know I got the bearings out of that other housing. I'm just losing my mind. So I probably lost it a long time ago. Man, oh, there we go. Okay. Good tight fit. Splendid. Excellent work, VP. Well, see, now I'm just doing dumb things. Just dropping all the screws. At least they're all out now. Okay. This gets kind of... There we go. Just getting things done. It's kind of quiet though. Almost too quiet. New comments, 3. Let's see what we got. Huh. You're funny. I switched all their axle out. Yeah, that's good. I like it. Where did I get the tool handle stand? Bought some tools and need to organize now. Jake, I printed that on one of the 3D printers that's hiding back there in the shadows. Maybe it's not hiding. I don't know. I can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's my fault that I didn't scroll. Correct. Yes, you were right. See, you'd think I'd learn. That's right. It's a dry run, man. I just wanted to make sure that you guys were paying attention. I don't know what I don't know. I'm glad they sent instructions. I don't know why I have them out because I haven't even looked at them. So I feel like this is just taking up space. I suppose if I had actually read the instructions and followed them, then I probably would have noticed that the pinion gear needed to go in. And the best part about all this is that I constantly give my kids a hard time. Like every present that they got for Christmas. How does this work? Well, there's instructions. So I got my son a Bluetooth speaker, right? So he like plugs it in and then like opens his iPad. Okay, it's not working. I'm like, did you read the instructions? He looked at me like I was an idiot. Like, read the instructions? Maybe it's my own fault. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, maybe it's my own fault that he looked at me like I'm an idiot for asking him if he read the instructions, because clearly I don't always read the instructions. And then his grandmother got him some, what was it? A hex bug. I don't know. Some really complicated thing that I took one look at and I was like, I want no part in assembling that. So I told him to read the instructions and he got like 0.5% of it installed on the living room table and then just left it there to die. Whatever. So hopefully, again, I didn't read the instructions. Hopefully they are not watching this show ever, because then they will realize that I frequently don't read instructions. And it's biting me in the ass. Can't get this bearing back out. Come on. Getting close. I'm so used to the old... Oh, right on the ground. Little punk. Oh. While I was down there, I found my scissors. That's a good place for them. Scissors on the floor, in the corner, in the dark. I don't know why I end up like getting injured so frequently. Yeah, these things happen. Oh my god! I just took the bearing out and I just put it right back in. Oh shit! Mother puss bucket! Oh my god. No, you're not falling off again. Ha ha! Shit. Oh god. What is wrong with me? No one answered that. Just fast forward the video or something. I don't know. So many things wrong with me. Yep. So unlike the front axle, because I know I'm going to install scale hardware on the diff cover, and since I don't really actually even need to install the diff cover to use the axle, which by the way, I guess I should spin this, make sure everything sounds good. Actually seems a little difficult to turn in one direction. Doesn't seem like it needs any shims. I don't feel, maybe a little bit of play, but man, is anybody else So we're good in forward, but it seems like in reverse we're getting a little bit of noise. Some bind. What's going on, man? Yeah, we definitely got some bind. But you know what? I think spinning the pinion by hand seems fine. Spinning the gears in forward is fine, but if I try to spin the gears in reverse, we get to a point where it just binds up. Is there anything in my teeth? Right? That was a dad joke. It was a bonus dad joke for the night. It's clearly my son, yes. You need to install the drive shaft for AR44 gears to spin smooth. Fair enough. So, well, I guess, so what you're saying is the pull on the pinion would solve the problem? And you are correct. Yeah. So if I pull down on the pinion while I'm rotating it, it does spin smoothly. Interesting. So we'll need to make sure that when I bolt up the drive shaft, it's got a little bit of resistance, I guess, tug. I may have to throw one of those. Pizza. Yep. Good comment. Which, so were you watching earlier and noticed that I like pizza? Pizza. Pizza. I wonder, oh, pizza in my teeth. Man. See, that comment worked on multiple levels, because earlier I was telling everyone how the only thing I know is that I like pizza. Sometimes things just work out. What was I doing? Installing an axle. Slowly but surely, we're installing an axle. Okay, let me see. Do we have any other segments? Let me see. You know what? Before we put the hardware in and actually install the axle, let's go to our next segment, which, if you've been watching the show, you probably know what it is. Tonight's flash coupon, which I guess I should clarify this. If you don't know what a flash coupon is, I will explain it right now. Flash coupon is basically our doorbuster, right? So we offer a coupon code for use on our website that is only going to be able to be used by a certain amount of people. Tonight's flash coupon is Joker 2020. To use the coupon, you need to go to our site, add the flash product to your cart, and use the flash coupon code. Tonight's product isn't just one product, though. This coupon code, Joker 2020, will get the first 5 people that use it. So you have to be one of the first 5. I can't stress that enough. Can I? Can I stress it enough? Maybe, I don't know. The first 5 people to use that coupon code will get 20% off of any 1.9 beadlock rings. So go to our site, throw some rings in your cart, and check out. With that coupon code, you'll get 20% off of the rings. But only 5 people can do that. That offer is not open to distributors. Just FYI. So should I go back to the... No, you guys know what the code was. Joker 2020. Anyway. So we got through that. Good to have that done. I like it when I go through the... See, we're like it just exactly got to an hour. So that's not bad timing. I should have done it a little earlier, but I can't be expected to remember everything all the time. Let's see, is this going to work? Oh, man. So I think we ran into this with the front axle. The rod ends on these axial links are, I mean, just a little bit taller than the spacing in the housing, because they're intending you to use, you know, VP style links, right? So I may have to adjust. Just checking everything on here. I'm not sure if these axial rod ends will take the VP balls, but we're going to find out. And actually, these VP balls look like are these, I think this is a Traxxas. I mean, they are similar, but they are different. So we'll see what happens. And actually, a VP rod end may have a little bit more material than the Traxxas. Not saying that that's better or worse. Just an FYI. Man, that just bounced across the table. Excuse me. It's a nice shoulder in the camera for you guys. I'm just popping out one of the balls from the Traxxas rod end to see if it will fit in this axial rod end so that I can keep the same links and everything. I don't know that this is going to work, but I hope it does, because that would make life potentially easier. Yep. Sweet. Okay. So we can pop all of these out and swap them, because I'll have to Jimmy Jack with the camera here in a second and show you guys what I'm talking about. But basically, the height on the axial ball is just a little bit tall. That's never going to focus. Who am I kidding? The height on the axial ball is just a little bit taller than the Traxxas and VP, so it does not squeeze into. Wait, I popped out the wrong one. Oh no, I didn't. They're all gonna have to get popped out. I guess I might have to do that with the shocks too. What did I do in the front? Did I trim them? I don't know. We'll find out. Comments. Thank you, Eric. Yes. Hey, Robert. Glad you like them. Robert won our wheels whenever we did the giveaway with the flash. Was it a flash coupon giveaway? I can't remember. I think so. But I'm glad you're enjoying them, Robert. Let's see. These are. Oh, wait, no. I did both the lowers. I'm gonna do. I guess I have to do all of them, so it doesn't really matter what order I do them in. So they're all coming out, but I may have to find some additional. Wait, I've got Traxxas balls right there, but I don't know if those fit in these also. I guess I got lucky to have an extra set of rod ends from that mystery link that I don't know what it came from. Whatever. Sometimes you get lucky. Okay, so that can go back in the bucket. I don't feel like I've done the best job staying on camera tonight. Yeah, when I looked at the rod ends, Eric, I could see some slight differences in it that they may have. It's really close. I would say that they're interchangeable, but there are some slight differences. Okay, so we got all those swapped out. Shocks, I think I'm also gonna have to swap out. Yes. Let me see. Do I have any? Does anybody have any spare balls? So I've got extra balls from my bag of rod ends. So let's see if these fit in the shocks also. Although these, actually, I wonder, are these all the same? Yes, okay. Man, these shocks are leaky. Gotta do some maintenance. Figure out what's going on there. For those of you that were looking closely, you'll see I stuck my tongue out and I did like a little Michael Jordan thing. Yeah, gotta laugh at myself. All this ball talk, right? Pff, man. How does it feel to have Traxxas balls? It's okay. I'm okay with it. They're all good. Just happy to have a set. Okay. Lowers, get out of the way, because we're going to do uppers first. I'm assuming that's what this super long screw is for. We could just make all sorts of puns all night with the balls and the screws, right? And again, this show is not family friendly. But you know, technically, starting a family isn't family friendly. Somebody explain that one to me. Right? Can't make a family without being... What is the worst rating? I guess XXX? I don't know. Yes, probably. Okay. I hope, fingers crossed, that... that all these things comply and play nicely. I guess I should I put the shock in first? I think so. Is that threaded? Oh yeah, that's gonna be... Yes, I definitely want to get the shock in first. It might be easier. Well, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna be easier. You know, when you mess with a set of axles the first time, figuring out the order to do things can sometimes be fun. Although the rear axle seems to be easier than the front because we don't have panhard to mess with. Is one of these screws different? Is that one shorter? Nope, they're all the same length. I'm not really sure. Well, I don't really feel like the screw got all the way into the nylon for this nut. It's close. I'd just like to see it go through it. I wish the screws were like a millimeter longer. And I mean, honestly, if that's the only complaint I have about this whole setup, then I don't really have anything to complain about. Oh, sorry, folks. Sometimes I bump the camera. Not sure if this is really super visible for you guys. Wait a second. Oh yeah, okay. Man. For a second I saw the pinion sticking straight up and I was like, I've put it together completely wrong. I don't have the lower links in. So that could explain it. Or would explain it. Whatever. I just make up words. Grammar. Ain't nobody got time for that. I use memes, quotes, good things. Did anybody leave the video to go buy beadlock rings? Just curious. Looks like we lost about 10 people. So that's a good thing. Hope that makes people happy. I hope that you guys enjoy the thrill of the flash coupon doorbusters. Although I guess at some point I'm going to have to change up the format of the video so that I'm not always doing it at the same time. But then again, I guess I don't always do it at the same time because I'm not really ever like on time with noticing how long I've been doing things. So it's all good. Okay, or maybe we'll just have to add some sort of bonus giveaway in the middle of something else. I don't know. Oh yeah. Oh, I mean was it? I feel like this was a made to be directly replaced or something. Let's see. And because it was made to be a direct replacement, I should have put the drive shaft on first because now it's going to be hard to get in there. And by hard, I mean it's not going to happen. I'm going to have to loosen a link or two to get the drive shaft in. And that's okay. I wasn't paying attention. Where did my tool go? There we go. Okay, that should just throw it around. Whatever, knock it over. Screw it. Let's see. Try to get this in the right order. pin back in. I don't know why. Oh, yeah. Never mind. I was going to say, I don't know why I took those off. I didn't need them, but I had to take them off to get to the other stuff. So let's see. We are getting close now. Can you smell it? Taste of nearly being done. You know, it's interesting. I think there's a little bit of wiggle in the ball. I shouldn't even say these things anymore. There is some space in the shock mount area with that ball that's in there. I actually think that maybe the standard axial balls possibly could have stayed in the shocks. Glad you got in, Bruce. Good to hear. Check the drive shaft end clearance when the suspension is fully compressed. Drive shaft end clearance when it is fully compressed. Okay, we're good. We've got a little bit of wiggle. Or do you mean Derek, do you mean the space right here? Or do you mean drive shaft contact somewhere? Because I don't see anything being a problem either way. Although it's kind of hard to see in there. Drive shaft end clearance. Oh. Well, wait a second. So Derek may have a point there. Derek, are you saying that? So what I think I might be seeing, I don't know, is that it may be that the drive shaft up near the transmission may be contacting, I guess, the bottom of the 2-speed case when this gets compressed all the way. I don't know if it's actually possible to even see that. I keep hitting the camera. I don't know. That's not going to be possible to see on here. So you guys will just have to take my word for it. But it's very subtle. Wow, how many times can I hit the camera? You know, things are poking out. What do you want from me? Huh? Come on. Yep, so we may have to change out to a different type of drive shaft. I think I'd have to get the motor out in order to really have you guys be able to see that. No, I'm good. Oh, okay. So this, you mean the slip shaft? We're fine, but and maybe nobody else noticed this before. It seems like under compression, the drive shaft itself might just barely be kissing the bottom of the transmission. Let me see if I can verify that. So, right, so I can slide this in and out. Haha. So it actually does hit it. Interesting. So I could yank this out, but hopefully you guys can see that there is some light contact there. I don't know that that's really going to matter. I mean, eventually it will self-clearance, right? What I'll do is I'll glue some sandpaper to the drive shaft so it can self-clearance. That's it. Okay, enough of that silliness. What's next? Question of the week. Yeah. Question of the week this week. Question of the week. It's not really a question. It's more of a statement. But help! My axle is stuck in my locker. So let's see. Every now and then I get somebody send me a note saying their axle shafts or one of the shafts, sometimes both, I don't know, is stuck in their locker. It's usually when they have our OT shafts and our FI spool. And there are a couple of things that I want to recommend. So if you've never used one of our FI spools or our OT shafts, they are made with slightly different tolerances than the OEM parts in order to remove slop. So the hole in our FI spool, right, the little center hole, is punched to be slightly smaller than a stock locker, so that factory shafts will fit in it slightly tighter so that you have less movement between your locker and your axle shafts. If you couple that with OT shafts, the OT shafts are cut to be slightly bigger at the tangs than factory shafts. So when you couple everything together, sometimes, just sometimes, you have to do some fitting, I'll call it, on your axle shafts to get them to go in. So when you're installing our OT shafts, or if you are installing our FI spools, I always recommend that people get a little bit of our copper anti-seize. Now, when you are getting your shafts in, you may have to polish them to get them in, and that's all fine. Putting this in there is just going to make sure that when you try to disassemble something like the SCX10-II spool and axle shafts, you can get them apart a little more easily. Now, it's not a guaranteed thing that they're just going to slide right out, because the whole point is that we want these shafts and the spool to be a force fit. So it's still going to be tight. The anti-seize will just help it come apart. So if you've gotten to where you've got something stuck in there, we put together this little kit, right? Not a big deal. You could probably make something like this by yourself, but it's a coupler, a washer, and an M4 bolt that's really long. So what you can do is install this in the end of your housing, and you can hammer right here on this washer with a tool or just a hammer, and that's just going to apply stress where you want it to help pop the shaft out. So it's kind of like a slide hammer, but you know, packaging and shipping a big slide hammer or a small slide hammer, the weight and everything that would be involved for these trucks was not cost effective at all. So we kind of came up with this as a little helpful kit that you guys can use if you've got something stuck. Whew. I hope that helps some of you. Anyway, that's what I've got. So tonight I guess we finished, right? So I've still got, I'm showing it to the wrong camera. We've still got the diff cover to put on, but everything looks good as far as I can tell in terms of alignment on everything. The axles are in, the diff covers need to go on. I think what we'll do is we will, next time that we address this truck, we'll get to the scale hardware. I guess at that point, you know what, maybe we can go over the 2-speed kit that we've got in there. I don't know. We've got some things we can do. There's still a lot that needs to happen in this truck, electronics, all that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed the install. I want to thank you for joining me. Again, my name is Patrick. Thank you for watching the Locked Up RC channel. If you liked the video, please, hey, like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube, all of that good stuff. And I will see you guys next time.